The storm began the night Mia returned to her father's house. The wind howled through the forest, bending trees like brittle bones. The sky was bruised black, the air thick with decay. It had been 10 years since she last set foot on that cursed property, a forgotten house buried deep in the woods where her father, Adrian Cole, had vanished after rumors of a dark ritual gone wrong. The police had found nothing but strange markings on the basement walls and a bloodstained journal that spoke of the price of eternal wealth. Mia had never believed in demons or curses. She believed her father had simply gone mad after her mother's death. But when the lawyer called saying the property now belonged to her and her estranged step-siblings, curiosity turned to dread. The lawyer's voice trembled when he said, "Be careful what you touch in that house." The front door creaked open as if it had been waiting for her. The smell hit first, mildew, rot, and something metallic, like old blood. Dust floated in the stale air as her flashlight beam caught remnants of her childhood. A broken photo frame, a doll missing an eye, and the faint outline of handprints on the wall. Too small to be her father's, too many to belong to one person. Her stepbrother, Lucas, followed behind with his camera, recording everything for his vlog. "This is perfect content," he said, grinning. "The haunted mansion of a failed businessman who vanished into thin air. Viral gold." Mia wanted to slap him. Their steps echoed down the narrow hallway until they reached the basement door. It was locked with heavy chains, but the padlock hung open, as if someone had already gone inside. The moment Mia's fingers brushed the handle, the temperature dropped, her breath clouding the air. A faint whisper slid through the darkness. "You shouldn't have come back." Downstairs the air was thick, wet, and cold. The walls were covered in black mold and strange sigils scrawled in dried blood. At the center of the room sat a rotting wooden table, upon which lay a book bound in cracked leather. The cover was embossed with a symbol that twisted and moved when she stared too long. Lucas, ever the fool, picked it up. "Liber Aeternum," he read. "Looks Latin. Maybe it's a spell book." "Put it down," Mia warned, but it was too late. The candles, unlit for years, sputtered to life, their flames turning black. The air pulsed, and from the corners of the room came the sound of something dragging its claws across the floor. Then came the scream. It wasn't human. It started as a whisper, rose to a shriek, and then split into many voices, crying, laughing, whispering her name. The walls began to bleed, thick, dark liquid oozing from the cracks like the house itself was alive. Lucas dropped the camera, shaking. What the hell was that? His face was pale and stretched thin, his eyes black pits. A figure stepped out of the shadows. It looked like her father. His lips trembled as he spoke. "Mia, you shouldn't have come. He's still here. He wants another soul." "Dad?" she whispered. But before she could move, his face contorted into a grotesque grin, and he lunged. His mouth split open wider than any human's could, revealing jagged teeth slick with black ooze. Lucas swung his flashlight, striking the figure's face. It shrieked and dissolved into smoke. They ran upstairs, but the door slammed shut behind them. The sound of footsteps followed, heavy, uneven, dragging. From the shadows, a woman crawled into view. Her skin was gray, her nails long and cracked. Her eyes were gone, replaced by writhing worms. She smiled, blood dripping from her mouth. "You shouldn't have read the book," she crooned, screamed as she pounced, her nails slicing through his cheek. He fell, kicking wildly as she tore into his neck. Blood sprayed across the wallpaper. Mia grabbed a broken mirror shard and drove it into the woman's head. The body twitched, then went still. But her mouth kept moving, whispering, "He'll take you all." Mia stumbled backward, her heart pounding. Lucas lay motionless, eyes wide open, his throat a torn mess. The camera light blinked red, recording everything. She picked it up just as the power flickered out. The only light left came from the faint glow seeping through the cracks in the floorboards, like the earth beneath was burning. The whisper returned, now right beside her ear. You can't leave without paying the price. She ran toward the front door, slamming against it, but it wouldn't budge. Her hands bled as she clawed at the wood. Behind her, something moved. Slow, deliberate steps on the creaking floorboards. The smell of sulfur filled the air. She turned, and there it was. The devil, or what wore his shape. It was tall, almost scraping the ceiling, its body made of shifting shadows, its face a mass of twisting flesh and horns. Its voice was everywhere, inside her head. The figure extended "Your father made a deal," it said. He wanted wealth, power, life eternal, but he broke the pact. His soul is mine, and now... Long, skeletal hand. His bloodline must finish the bargain. Mia stumbled back, clutching a nearby crucifix, but it melted in her hand, hissing like acid. The floorboards cracked open beneath her feet, revealing a pit of black fire. From the flames, hands reached up, charred, desperate, grasping for her. Her father's voice screamed from below. "Save yourself!" The demon lunged, and instinct took over. She grabbed the book from the basement floor. It had somehow appeared beside her, and flipped through its pages until she found a passage scrawled in fresh blood. To bind the devil, the blood of the cursed must burn with his... Without thinking, she tore a piece of wood from the shattered floor, lit it from the hellish flames, and pressed it against her arm. The pain was unbearable, her skin blistering instantly. With trembling fingers, she carved the name she saw etched in the book, Abaddon. The demon roared, its form twisting violently. Light exploded through the house, and the walls began to collapse. Screams filled the air, voices of the damned crying in agony. The demon's body split apart, its shadow bleeding into the floor until only silence remained. When Mia awoke, the house was gone. She was lying in a crater of ash and smoke, the dawn breaking over the trees. Her arm burned with the name she had carved, still fresh and bleeding. Lucas's camera lay beside her, its lens cracked but still recording. She picked it up and watched the final moments it captured. The demon's face, the fire, her own eyes glowing black. The last frame showed her smiling, her voice whispering to the camera, "He's free now, and I am his." The camera went dark. 3 days later, rescuers found the footage, but no sign of Mia's body. Locals claimed they heard screams from the woods at night, voices crying for help, followed by laughter that made blood run cold. And when the next storm rolled through, travelers swore they saw a light flicker deep within the forest. A house that shouldn't exist. A door that always stands open, waiting for the next soul to enter.